York's classic rock. Q1043.
Yes, it's your theme song, Dee. Dee Snider is with us here at Q1043. So good to see you.
Yeah, I have built-in speakers in my clothes that play it as I walk down the street.
Well, it's, you know what it is, and one of the things that made the song so successful and hold up through all the years is that it's anthemic.
Look, you know what? No complaints here. It blows my mind how much this song has become a folk song, really, at this point. I mean, you go to the deepest, darkest Africa and go into the tribes in the jungles and say, we're not going to take it. And they scream, no, we ain't going to take it, back at you. They don't know who wrote the song, but they know the song.
Well, wait, so what is the history? So where did it come from?
Anger, frustration, suburban kid on Long Island, mad at his dad, mad at his teachers, mad at the world, writes a song that he thinks he's writing pretty much for himself, and it turns out everybody in the world identified with that feeling, at some point in their lives.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a song in a sense about anger that doesn't necessarily sound angry.
Well, it's a sing-along.
I mean, that's what I meant by anthemic. I mean, everybody gets up together, swaying back and forth with a smile on their face, going, we're not gonna take
Well, that's
it.
the thing. It's really gone from gnashing, gnarling, angry teeth to smiles and happiness. I told Marilyn Manson, I said, lighten up, dude. A few years from now, it's going to be beautiful people. Beautiful people.
So, am I allowed to mention something about your personal life?
Sure.
Okay. After years of suburban bliss as a Long Islander, you picked up stakes and moved to Central America?
Yes.
Why?
To Belize? I mean, beaches, sunshine, food grows on trees.
I was on the beach. I came back. I thought it'd be spring here.
Who the hell wants that?
Yeah, who wants that? It was one of those things.
So quiet.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
Wow.
You know what? People talk their whole lives about one day we're going to move and live on the beach. And my wife and I came to that point. We said, are we going to be one of those people who say they're going to do it and never do, which is unfortunately most people?
But you had beaches a couple miles from where you
yeah,
live.
because we're out. Yes, of course.
Right. You didn't have to go to the other.
It's just a matter of wanted to live on the Caribbean, and we love it. I was on the beach just before they called me to come here and join Rocktopia on Broadway, and I had to decide whether or not I wanted to leave the beach or be on Broadway. And I said to my wife, well, it'll be spring in New York.
So okay.
Cherry blossoms. It'll be a nice time to be back in town.
He didn't have clothes. He had to go buy clothes. He had to go buy winter clothes.
Well, wait a minute. Are you recognized in Belize?
No, I'm just except by tourists.
Right.
But a lot of tourists go to Belize.
Oh, yeah, and that's a problem. So that's
a problem.
Because he doesn't want to
I'm
be
trying to be under
recognized.
the radar, walking around in my Jimmy Buffett clothes, and the locals just know me as that crazy old man, and that crazy old man D, and but then the tourists come down and they go, wait a second, aren't you? And I go, not here. I'm just another guy on the beach.
Yeah, but I bet in some of the local bars in Belize with jukeboxes, they play your songs.
Oh yeah, well, they do. It's just, I mean, it's inescapable, but I really don't want to totally escape it. You know what I mean? I want to be one of those guys who has to say, please, not today. I am on vacation.
So was that the allure, really, that you wouldn't be recognized? You could just be D?
My family come down. My kids will come visit my wife and I down there, and they say, who are you? You walk around town and hey, Bob, Jim, you're hello, you're friendly to everybody. Everybody knows your name, but not like with adoration, just like you're the guy who lives down the beach.
Okay, so you escaped the rock star life.
Yeah, but I get, but it's a back and forth thing. So, I wonder, would I want to be there 365 days a year? I don't think so. I think it's the fact that we're there a third of the year that makes it that special. It's nice to be back in New York on Broadway rocking tonight. I open tonight.
I know. You open tonight,
and you're here. That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
that
well, it's against my will.
Ethic.
Leslie literally dragged me by the hair out of the bed. She said, get up.
Well, you've
to
been
impress.
Well, you've been on Broadway before. You were in Rock of Ages.
Yes, I was,
and I know you enjoyed that very much. And you love Broadway.
Love Broadway. I was a choir geek in high school. The only place I found solace, and I was in the drama club, and I was Jesus and Godspell. So, I mean, I had my toe in the water.
Day by day.
Oh, dear Lord, these things. Yes.
So that means, so you had the Superman logo emblazoned.
Yes, I did.
You wore
And the clown tears or whatever he had on his face.
Suspenders.
And suspenders. That's right. Okay. How old are we? 100?
No, I mean, these were classic roles. So you played, that was in high school?
Yeah, high school, yes.
Wow.
Jesus.
There were
typecast.
Just think, and then years later, you were called the devil.
I know. I sang in the church choir. I mean, Jim, I've outed myself a long time ago. You were saying, well, but we're not going to take this, angry, song, but it's kind of upbeat and fun. I did not realize that it is very close to "O Come All Ye Faithful," which I sang in the church choir for years. Mm-hmm. One day somebody pointed that out. I was like, what? He goes, dude, we're not going to take it. Oh, come all ye faithful.
Wow.
Thank you, God. And it's public domain.
So you can't get sued.
I can't get sued, and I'm making. I got rich off of that thing.
It's Dee Snider who is with us here at Q104.
And thank you, Steven Spielberg, for putting in his new movie, Player One.
Oh, yeah.
The big payoff moment is we're not going to take it in the movie.
Well, that's when you have those surprise checks in the mail.
Yes.
That just come out of the clear blue sky. I mean,
Honey!
I'm lucky enough to know people who have songs that people just keep using through the years.
Yeah.
And they don't even necessarily know it's going to happen. And then, boom.
So who did the call come from?
I just found out. Somebody was on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Somebody's sort of Ready Player One, and and we're not going to take it. It was awesome. I'm like,
they didn't ask.
Honey, we're eating out tonight.
They don't have to ask.
No, they just have to pay.
Publishers.
Nice.
Yeah. You like? My friend. I don't know if you know him. My friend Alan Merrill. He wrote "I Love Rock and Roll."
Oh, okay. Of course, I know the song for sure.
All right. Well, as you know, there have been surprise checks in the mailbox at that guy's house through the years.
Yeah.
And not to mention a shrine to Joan Jett in his apartment. But
of course, as we, in my house, we refer to Celine Dion as Saint Celine because she recorded this song I wrote for my wife for Christmas years ago on her album, the biggest selling holiday record in history. It's called "These Are Special Times." And our house on Long Island was the house St. Celine built. So never speak ill of Celine Dion in my presence.
Wow.
The magic of Christmas.
I mean,
it's the only song I ever wrote not for commercial use.
He wrote it for his wife.
It was a gift for my wife for Christmas.
And it ends up being...
But how did she get it then?
Well, the engineer that worked on it in the studio said, can I have a copy of this, man? Because I recorded it, as a demo for my wife. Said, one day somebody's going to want to record this. And then years later, his name's Rick Wake. He became a Grammy Award-winning producer. And he called me and said, are you sitting down, man? And I said, yeah, why? He goes, Celine Dion wants to record your Christmas song. I said, does she know who wrote it? He said, I haven't told her yet. I said, do not tell her Satan wrote a Christmas song. Just put it on the damn record. 14 million copies later. Thank you, God.
Yeah, that one song would buy a house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Didn't know that.
Dee Snider's with us. He joins Rocktopia tonight. We'll be right back here at Q1043. Rocktopia, I mean, you've probably seen posters for it all over the place, but just in case you don't know what Rocktopia is, it's a concert production that combines 20th century rock hits with classical masterpieces from Mozart, Tchaikovsky, Puccini, to Journey, Queen, and Led Zeppelin. With Tchaikovsky, probably the fourth is the most popular, but I always like Tchaikovsky's sixth better because it had a good French horn part.
God bless you. I don't know what he just said. I have no clue. This is the next level, though. People seem to like the symphonic rock thing. And here they are literally taking classical music and combining it with rock music. So you have opera singers on stage, and you got me on stage. Mm-hmm. So giving them, just showing them how it's done. so I saw the review. Pat Monahan has been crushing it for the last couple of weeks. And I saw him last night. And I saw New York Times review said Pat's voice sounded nasally. I read that. I said, "Wait till they get a load of me."
Well, you're there for a weekend. This is a big deal. When did you get to rehearse? When did you get to
One rehearsal?
One rehearsal.
This is shot out of a cannon. And for me at this point in my life, it's about new, exciting challenges, something different. And I'm singing songs I've never sang before. I'm singing Stairway.
But with a live orchestra.
60-piece.
Yeah, you got a live orchestra.
Yeah.
You've got other singers. How can you do it with one rehearsal?
They didn't give me more than one. Actually, I wasn't willing to show up for more than one. But I don't need more than one. I'm good. I'm singing Kashmir. I'm singing Stairway. Singing Dream On. These classic songs.
I love. Well, all three of them I love, but of those three, I love Kashmir the most.
Well, the arrangement on that one is so special and so powerful.
That to me seems like the orchestral part of it would just be outstanding.
So, Dee, if you got the call to do live TV, a musical, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was watching Alice doing King Herod. I said, he crushed it. It was awesome. I said,
everybody said he stole the
show.
Yeah,
put me in, coach, though. I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing about it that I'm always stunned is when people see me outside of my normal world, they go, I didn't know you could sing. I've literally heard that so many. I'm like, what do you mean you know I could sing? I've been singing, yeah. But when it's your song, you're not really singing it. It's your song. But when you go and do somebody else's song and you do it justice, people are just sort of stunned. You know, so I'm hoping people are saying that.
Well, also
last night I was in disguise. I was in the theater and I was watching the show. Just so it was during the break and intermission, and I was walking to go meet Pat. And I'm walking past a woman, heard a woman say to her husband, "No way Dee Snider can sing those songs." And I want to turn around, "Come back tomorrow, you'll see."
You were right there to hear that?
I was walking,
You
yes.
didn't say anything to her?
No, I was laughing, actually. I was like, well, she didn't know I was there. She didn't say it because she saw me.
Okay,
I would have called her out.
well, you answered Shelley's question in the affirmative that a live musical on TV you would love to do, and the idea that people might think, oh, Dee Snider and musical theater, that doesn't make sense. Well, that's crazy because Twisted Sister was musical theater.
Oh yeah,
right from the beginning.
Yeah, I would say people. What? When people were stunned that I was into when I did Dee Does Broadway record a few years ago, and they were like, "Are you really into theater?" I go, "What about the makeup and costumes didn't scream, 'Hello, Frisco'?" I mean, what? I mean, is it obvious I like theater? I mean, again, you can sing? like, are you guys looking at me or listening at all? What are you hearing and seeing, for God's sakes?
Dee Snider is with us here at Q1043, and he'll be on stage tonight at the Broadway Theater. That must be so exciting for you, Dee.
It is. It's crazy. I mean, I think 30, 40 years ago, if you told me one day I'd be on Broadway, I would have punched you.
And this is
Take it back, a medal.
And this is a return visit.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, and it's an amazing show. Think theatrical concert event, people. Okay, it is. It's not. There's no acting or anything like that. It's a concert event, but it is exciting and it's so compelling.
Well, it combines the most iconic 20th century rock with the most world-renowned, classical music compositions.
Yeah.
There are, vocalists like Dee, of course, backed by a full symphony orchestra and a rock band and a choir.
It's rock and roll does not need anybody to legitimize it. And this isn't about legitimizing it. This is just about recognizing that it sits at the same table with the greats. As the creators of the show say, if there was a party going on today and all the great musicians of all time were alive, you'd see Bach and Beethoven at the party, and you would see Freddie Mercury and Robert Plant at the party. They'd all be in the same room together because they all are worthy to be in the same room together, and that's what the show is about.
Mm-hmm. And so you are featured this week.
Yeah.
Just for a week.
Just a week.
Yep, and then
8 shows.
And then later in the month, Robin Zander of Cheap Trick joins the cast. And tickets are available at Rocktopia.com, and it's at the Broadway Theater.
I wonder if Robin's going to bring all his Robins with him, because his kids are all named Robin.
They are.
Oh yeah, he's the head George Foreman thing. Yeah, he's got.
But how do you differentiate?
One's like a
Robins?
Robin Sailor, Robin, they've got some middle name differentiations, but Robin did the George Foreman thing. So,
Didn't know that.
Ego much.
Okay, but we have to leave
Freaky.
our friends with a shameless plug for Rocktopia.
Yes, absolutely. Shameless.
Okay.
Starting tonight, 8 shows only this week. Rocktopia. Take it, Jim. Use the voice.
And tonight you will hear Dee as he performs Stairway to Heaven, Dream On, Cashmere, and more.
And you too will say, I didn't know Dee could sing.
We won't say that.
As a matter of fact, we have a pair of tickets that Dee wants to give to a Q listener right now.
Thinking of a number between 1 and 1 million.
No!
We're not doing that.
Let's
Joe
not do
Walsh did
Let's
that
not
many
do
years
that.
ago.
I know we did, but let's not do that. Let's take caller 25 at 888-872-1043 for tickets for this week to see Dee Snider in Rocktopia.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.